The April 4th Friday review. So getting started, we are looking at the S&P continuous contract chart on the daily time frame on the left and the NASDAQ continuous contract chart on the daily time frame on the right. And the reason we are using the continuous chart instead of the expiry contract chart is so we can look back further in time. So as you all know, we had these lows right here, has a draw on liquidity, and price completely blew through those lows today. So our analysis was pretty good there. Now, there was really nothing on the lower time frame today that I consider valuable or high probability enough to review, because the things that I review and the things that I talk about are the important things that I want you guys to really focus on and pay attention to. So we're not going to go too in depth on the lower time frame within here. But the reason why we use But another reason to add on to why we're looking at the continuous chart, because I get asked a lot on which chart are you supposed to look at. So the expiry chart, which would be, in this case, let's say if you're looking at NASDAQ, it would be NQM 2025. That would be the expiry chart. You want to always trade and use that chart for whenever you're trading. That is the raw data. And the continuous chart, which is this chart right here, takes the data from the expiry chart and prints it right here. So we have all of the data from all of the years all together in one chart so we can look back at old price data. And that's important because in market conditions like this, where we have really sharp declines and we have a lot of uncertainty and real world news events going on, the expiry chart doesn't show that far back. So we can use the continuous chart as a look back for points of interest. Now, you don't want to use these levels all the way back here as a means of entering a trade. You always want to use your narrative time frame, higher time frame, and lower time frame, depending on what that may be, because you can choose that for yourself. But again, I tell you guys to focus on the monthly cycle for the narrative time frame, the weekly cycle for the higher time frame, and the daily cycle for the lower time frame. But you're using these higher time frame points of interest from way back in time to help build framework and not so much to enter a trade. Exhibit A, we wanted to see this retracement early on in the week, with Wednesday being high of the week, and a sharp decline using this as framework or a draw on liquidity. But more importantly, why was this week so strange? This was not any normal week. Even putting politics or geopolitics aside, there are 52 weeks within a year. And if you take 52 and divide it by 4, you get 13. So this week was an odd week. And that's not to get confused with the week actually being odd, ending in the number 3, but it acted as kind of a blank week. So blank weeks fall on the 13th, 26th, 39th, and 52nd week of the year. Blank weeks typically hold low probability characteristics, as what you saw pan out this week. And this is the reasoning behind why price action was so difficult to navigate and why certain things lacked precision. As some of you know, you were asking me in the live stream, why didn't this work, or why was this kind of off on the lower time frame? Why did this certain TPD or SMT not hold? This is the real reason right here. And this is why time comes far before price. Price action is higher probability during specific times, but it's also low probability in certain times. And if time is not right, then price action or signatures in price like a TPD won't be as precise, which is again what you saw happen this week. And you'll see the next thing happen again once another blank week rolls around. So now you know what actual weeks during the year, which 4 weeks in specific, to really avoid and really be careful. So hopefully you all found this one insightful. I will speak with you all in Sunday's live stream. With that being said, enjoy your weekend. Hello.